I thought it would be a fun time for us to go ahead and give a tour of our great island of Lechuga. Just to give you an idea, here is our town flag. It is fabulous because Lechuga is a place where you follow your dreams. Also, if you didn't know, the word Lechuga means lettuce in Spanish. So of course we have a cute little lettuce playing a flugelhorn and the words of inspiration, dream. That is our motto here at Lechuga. So right when you get out of the airport, you will notice the front of our island is protected and guarded by our Squirtle Squad. If you're a Pokemon fan or if you are a 90s kid, to the left of the entrance to the island is actually our Nook's Cranny as well as our Able Sisters, which is actually very nice. Whenever I open up my gates and just want people shopping for certain things, I can just kind of block the rest of the island path off and I don't have to deal with people going through and messing my island up. Don't do that to people. It's bad. It's bad. Don't do that. We also decided, because my husband and I share this island, that we wanted it to have kind of a little boardwalky vibe. So if you keep going to the left, you will see we used to have our museum over here actually, and then we moved it to a better location, which is why this area is kind of empty at the moment. We unintentionally have 3 rocks going here. I don't know if we will make this into a rock garden, because that is a lot of heckin' work to deal with, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. And also throughout our island you will see that I have random patches of flowers everywhere because I don't have a designated spot for breeding hybrids. They're just everywhere. It's a mess. And yet, we still got 3 stars. If we cross the bridge over here, we have a little throwback to the original Animal Crossing. If y'all OG players out there remember the dump area where you would find special items and furniture, we did have to take a lot of that stuff off of the ground, but I like to put just furniture I already have as well as DIYs I already have. For visitors, we have one of our very great residents, the one and only Queen Ketchup. Oh, this is why you're my favorite. I love you. I would do anything for Ketchup.
Anything.
And she's never, ever, ever leaving the island. So if you go to the left more here, we have our own little beach gym area. So we have speed bag, punching bags, pull-up bar, we have our rock climbing wall and some weights, as well as a bike and a super bouncy volleyball. We also have a work-in-progress basketball court because, as we know, it's kind of difficult to play basketball in the sand. Our town doesn't really have a walkthrough area, you know? Like, you can pretty much explore however you want to. So to the right of our entrance, we actually have this nice fountain area, which, if you look closely at the colors and the shape, it is a Pokeball sitting area. So we have the white on the bottom, we have red flowers everywhere on top, whoops. And yeah, this took forever because of spacing issues, but we finally were able to get a nice little sitting area that the residents like to use, as well as a spot to put these oddly shaped shell fountains. Comment down below if anybody else is struggling with placing these shell fountains because the spacing is off. To the right here, we also have a little sitting area for a bonfire, as well as a lifeguard station, and then just more hybrid conglomerations that I am currently working on. Oh, let's see what these guys have to say. Big Top and I we're about to try playing a new rhyming game, Kitty Cat. I want to go first, Peanuts. Okay, my card says orange. That's easy. Rhymes with, wait. What? Well, that was a short game. I didn't expect to win so soon. Do-over. That one didn't count. Okay, next card says, purple? No fair. Do-over. Over. Double do-over. We have Kiki and Big Top over here, and we'll get to see the rest of our villagers soon. I also decided to make this cute little lighthouse area on top of the cliff so that ships can actually see where the lighthouse is shining. So if we continue from the fountain area, we have our resident services area. Leaf is visiting in town today. Awesome. And that's kind of the front area. This is our work in progress. If you look closely, it is actually going to be a pixel art flower combination of the lovely, wonderful Pokemon Gumi. Trust me, it'll look cool. Right now we just have to focus on breeding. But trust me, this is 5 stars, so if y'all are stressing out about trying to get a 5-star rating, you really don't have to stress out about it. So coming up from the pathway to the resident services is kind of our little residential area. So this is where we have, I believe 7 out of 10 of the villagers here. So we have Marina. We have Big Top's house. We met him earlier. We have Kevin, who's in his house crafting right now. We also have Kiki, who we met. Here we have Gonzo, who's gonna get yeeted out of this town hopefully soon. Come on, I can't ignore the balloons. This is where Pashmina lives. We are the greatest of enemies, but my husband is in love with her. And this is where Queen Ketchup lives. So we do also have this little picnic area next to our lake, which, if you notice, the shape of the lake is in the shape of the star. So we dubbed it Luma Lake in honor of the cute little Lumas from Super Mario Galaxy. It's a very, very work in progress because we do not have very many star and celestial furniture recipes yet. And so once we do get those, we're gonna put those around the lake and it'll look pretty cute. And then here we have our little playground area. Also, I don't know if you guys knew this or not, but there is a really cute pattern for little paw prints that comes when you start it's a default pattern when you start the game. And they look super cute in the sand. It looks like your villagers have just been kind of playing around. From the residential area, if we continue to the left and go over this bridge, we will also have, oh, hello. Perfect timing. Here, take this coffee cup. Thanks, Marshall. It should still work just fine. I call it gently used. Plus, if you ever have to sell it, you can say it once belonged to Marshall. Gross. Marshall, why? Thank you for your used coffee cup, I guess. This is where our dear pal Ribbot lives. He is a robot frog. This is where Marshall lives. We just met him. And this is where the other queen, Ankha, lives as well. So this is the area that was just above where the dump is. The dump is located. And we have this little crafting area station where we just can craft if we're not in our houses. There's all sorts of supplies and tool related things. It's pretty nice. If we go up here, we will be at our orchard. I decided to fill it in with dirt paths as well. That way fossils stop spawning where I don't want them to. Handy tip if you are looking to not have fossils spawn where all of your trees are growing. From here, we have our campsite area, which I really like this little area because, hey, look what time it is. We have this off the beaten path area for our campsite, because personally, having been camping like a million times when I was younger with my family and stuff, you always have to go a middle of nowhere place to go camping, and so this is our little campsite. I think it's a really cute little spot, and then we just installed this pathway that leads down to the beach, so our campers can go from their campsite directly to the beach, and then we have this little fishing area for them to enjoy. Plus, I like to use this cooler to get changed sometimes. So once you walk up the beach, you know, we got our good, friendly, ominous things here to greet us, and of course we have the one and the only Goose Shrine. Before we enter the Goose Shrine, I must dress appropriately as our Goose Priestess. We must light the candles. And we must sing our praises to Goose. We have inducted many, many friends into the Shrine of Goose, and it has been just fantastic. So if you ever see people that have shrines with little goose shrines around their island, they have probably been inducted into the Shrine of Goose. So, from our campsite, we will continue up this path, which leads us to our museum area. And we'll get there in a second, because I think that's probably my favorite part of the island. But if we continue this way, this is kind of where we have more flowers growing. This little area I had been trying to turn into kind of like a Harvest Moon-y farm situation, and it wasn't looking quite the way I had pictured it, so I put more flowers here and then other stuff. But this area actually leads to our secret beach. Oh. I guess the towels are too close together. Hold on. Can I move these? There we go. So you can just lay on the beach, enjoy the flowers and the scenery, and yeah. And if Red is there, you better run. Also, pro tip, if you are doing hybrid flowers, put a trash can near your hybrids so you can throw away extra flowers that you don't want. Best tip I've ever learned. From here, we have, this is the entranceway to where my husband's house is. We'll be doing a separate video on our house tours, so you guys can have a look at kind of my house and his house. Go this way. I'm extra, and I decided I wanted my house to be on the top of tier 3 with waterfalls and flowers surrounding it. We have our little bonsais and our cactus. We're both part of the scooter squad. If you notice, my husband also has a scooter in front of his house. And then I have my little lounge area where I can just grab a cold one, sit by the pool, and then this is my house. It's better than his. Don't tell. So from the bottom of our little resident area, if we go to the right, we have our amusement park. Oh, flags. Look, I mean, look at those gold roses. Wow, so cool. We have this little amusement park, and I will link down below what kind of custom paths I use, because these are custom paths. This is obviously a custom path. And yeah, we have a crackler machine, Godzilla, obviously. You can't have an amusement park without Godzilla. Oh yes, breathe fire. I think at some point we will kind of expand it into like an amusement park / arcade, because I want to get more of the pinball machines. But in the meantime, we have this, and then of course a little race car bed, because, you know, it gets tiring at the amusement park. It's Pashmina, one of our other island visitors. Her and I are rivals in love because she is my husband's favorite villager. And then, if we go this way, this is actually our little VIP lounge area. So we have a nice pool here, more lounging spaces, pool table, the bop that is bubblegum KK. Can we just, for a second, can we just listen to this forever? And then we have a little bonfire right at the entrance to the VIP lounge. This needs more pathing and whatnot, but we just planted these, what do you call them? Bushes? Trees? They're bushes. What kind of bushes? I think they're hibiscus. Please don't ask questions. But this kind of wraps around and goes back to the resident services. Haha. Who's thinking? Why, thank you. I also encouraged a lot of our oh my god, Big Top. Are you fucking kidding me right now? Are you kidding me? Are you serious? Oh my god, yes. This is so exciting. I'm going to order 20 of them. We've only put about 180 hours maybe into this game. I definitely play more than my husband does, but that's just because I also stream it on Twitch. And so there's a lot of stuff that is work in progress, but you don't have to have this big old huge fancy like 600 hour island in order to get a 5-star island. Oh shoot, I almost forgot the museum area. Doi, okay. My bad, my bad. I was like, wait, isn't there more? Okay. If we walk up here, we have our little gnomes. If anybody has another gnome that is in a different color, I need a third one to be the gnome squad over here. But if you look, we have our little Zen garden. We have some pandas down there. That's where they like to hang out and just chill. And then we have this cute little Zen garden that I came up with here. Heavily inspired, of course, by other people online, because if you go on Animal Crossing, or if you go on Twitter, Animal Crossing, there are just so many creative, wonderful people out there to get inspiration from. But once the Cherry Blossom Festival had started, I was just so inspired and really needed just a cozy little Zen garden area. Alright, so leading up from the Zen garden, we have our little museum area, and we decided to just kind of put various fossils here and there, because we have this ginormous T-Rex standing in front of the museum to greet visitors and whatnot, so we decided to do that. And also, what kind of island would this be without a cafe of some sorts? So we have our little espresso maker machine, our cream and sugar, and our little cafe area, which I think is super adorable, and it kind of overlooks the beach area leading down to the sacred beach. Is our dig site, and it is just like this cool freaking, I definitely took inspiration from people on Twitter for this, but it is just this dope like little dig area, and those fossil spots are actually fake. I got them as a custom design, but I thought they were such a good touch. It looks so heckin' cool. But yeah, you can go down here, hang out if you want to. I don't know why you'd hang out, but dig up some fossils, throw them away if you choose so. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know down below in the comments what your favorite parts of Lechuga were. Mine are definitely the museum and Zen garden area, but I just love our little island so much. I do appreciate y'all stopping in, and we'll see you next time. Bye! One other thing that I definitely forgot to mention, but please listen closely to the town tune of Lechuga. If you're not already convinced that this is the greatest island in the history of islands, then you're wrong. 20 27 bells? I don't think so. That's what I mean, 27 bells. That's awful.